Hello, everyone, and welcome to Around South Jersey. I've got two fantastic people with me tonight, Omarey Williams, and who is the co-chair of the event we're going to be talking about, and Tony Stanzione, who does it all, runs a fabulous Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce. Also, you have the Cumberland Empowerment
Development
Corporation, CDC, and in his spare time, he's helping doing everything else as well. So, Tony, good to see you. You brought the rock star here, Omarey. Oh my gosh.
Omarey brought me.
Did he bring you?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's good to have both of you here as well. Yeah. We were talking about politics before we went on the air, but we're here to talk about tonight the Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce event that's going on November 1st. Omarey, you're co-chair. Tell me what's happening.
It's a great event, and you know, Jim, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us on to talk about this event. It's always a great event every year. I'm, still relatively new to the Chamber of Commerce, but I jumped right in with both feet and decided to co-chair this event, and it's just been such a great event every year. It's the Business and Community Heroes Awards dinner that we have. It's coming up at the Grove at Centerton on November 1st. And, the social hours at 5 and the dinner and awards are at 6 p.m. And we'd love to have you come out and celebrate with us, because that's what this night is about. This night is about celebration, and it's about honoring just some great organizations, businesses, and community heroes that are doing great things in Cumberland County. And we're really excited the Bridgeton area. So we're really excited about the event, and I think it'll be a really good time. Every year that I've been involved, and even the years prior to my involvement, have just been great events. So we're really excited. We have a great slate of people, which we'll be talking about throughout the evening. But it's really an awesome event.
Boy, it sure is. And it's funny, I guess the person is getting the top honor, which is the what's the top?
Big Sharp
Award.
Lifetime Achievement.
Yeah, is Skip Bowman. And I'll tell you what, I just love Skip. I had him on recently, and he's so unique. It's just a lot of fun. What a tremendous background he's had. All the years he served in government in Lawrence Township, and
Amazing.
They keep switching around the mayor. This year, in January, he'll be the mayor again.
Right.
But I think most people assume he is the mayor. But just a wonderful man, and I'm so happy. And and what a nice thing that you guys are able to do, Tony, is to highlight people like that. And I mean, every year you've got another tremendous husband-wife team with Pam and Wade Shogren as well. It just don't get any better.
It makes it very easy for us to choose these people when they get nominated. All of these people and organizations have been nominated to the chamber and to our committee, but it's very easy because there's so many great people in our community, and that's why I love this event so much personally, because we get to honor these people. To see someone like Skip Bowman, who's been around for so long and done so much for so many people in Lawrence Township, it just and then Wade and Pamela Shogren, I mean, they've done so much in the community. So it's very easy to honor people like this that are doing such great things.
Boy, I remember back in the early 2000s, Wade was the chairperson of the empowerment zone, and we went to Washington, and in fact I sat behind Teddy Kennedy and the other guy from Massachusetts, and we talked John Kerry, that's what it was. But it was such a neat thing. But I'll tell you what, you talk about a classy guy. Wade Shogren and WIBCO, what they've done for this county for many, many years. My dad had sand trucks, and we used to go, to Whitehead Brothers, it was called then, WIBCO, and get the sand and take it to Philadelphia, New York, all around, and things like that. And I think that's been a really, Jesse Morey, I saw where one of the Moreys just passed away. That was another sand mining operation, people that did very well for, Cumberland County. But I'll tell you, Wade is an attorney too. And it was like, I'm sitting, and we went to a whole bunch of places together for the empowerment zone and things like that. Right. And it was just so nice to see. He's not just the good-looking guy; he's bright.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really is. But
and their team, himself and his wife, are a team, and they do so much great stuff in the community. So it's
easy, isn't it?
It's easy.
But isn't it nice to be able, Tony? I mean, to be able to run an event like this where you're honoring people like Omarey said, who've been doing stuff for years and years and years.
Yeah, it's that I always say, Jim, it's that one time a year we get to take a step back from the busyness of business and organizations in the county, and take that time to appreciate what we have and who we have. So you mentioned the names already of the Francis Sharp Lifetime Achievement Award winners. Certainly Skip. Skip's been on the CDC board the whole time I've been involved.
That's right.
This is actually my 25th year this month. And they have a great system in Lawrence Township in that they kind of don't pay attention to political party.
Right.
They're a 3-person governing body.
Yep.
So for years, as you were saying, Jim, they switch mayor regardless if it's a Democrat or a Republican.
Right now, the guy is a Democrat. It's the mayor, Joey Maletta.
And so they do that, and I think that's – and then the stories I've heard that's one of the things I say every year is that I get an opportunity to get to know these people through their biographies, through the video introductions, talking to people. So I did some videos in Lawrence Township, and I will just say this. He's thought of very, very highly by people, not just because he's a politician who's been there for 40-plus years.
Yeah.
Just imagine being in a governing body for 40-plus years. Right? God bless him. That's all I can say. God bless him, right? But people will talk about how he comes in with his tractor and clears their driveway with the snow. And there was about a 95-year-old woman who called the office. She says she can't come to the event, but she wanted to say something nice about Skip. Nice. So I asked her to send it to me, and we'll incorporate that into that night. And Wade and Pam, they're relatively younger compared to Skip, but their resumes and not only the company of WIPCO, but what they've done personally and the way they've raised their family here, still residents of Bridgeton. And Wade is not only a lawyer, he's also a CPA. So that brain, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And also his business acumen and with his brother taking the father's business and even moving it further along. We're not really honoring the business, WIPCO. We're really paying attention to the 2 individuals and their families, Pam and Wade. So I just want to mention right from the top that we're looking for people to come and support this event. So go to cumberlandgrows.com/hero. You can get the information, and you'll find a link there to register and get your reservation in online. And we need those reservations by October 24th. So less than a week. We can probably take a few after, but the facility really wants it more than a week ahead of time. So we're doing really well, but we really think these people deserve to have a full house. So please join us. Again, all the information and the registration at cumberlandgrows.com/hero.
And that's what's been really great is seeing the kind of outpouring of those stories that you were talking about, Tony. And one thing I think is really interesting about Skip Bowman is that people just refer to him as mayor, even though, Jim, you said he's not mayor this year. They're just so used to calling upon him and him being there and doing the things that he's always done. So it's just really amazing. And to echo Tony's point, I just think we have such great people that we're honoring this year, and organizations and businesses. I think now that people will start to hear the names of these honorees, they'll definitely want to come out. So definitely check that website out and register. There was also a QR code on the screen as well.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I thought I had a lot of years in the government until I talked to Skip. I've only got 33 and a half, and I decided I've had enough. And, of course, mine, if I were in Lawrence Township, I'd probably still be there because it's friendly or whatever. Yes. But I'm so happy for Skip. And he loves to work. He was talking about he got the job with the DRBA, and he said, I don't want to sit down in this toll booth. I like to work. I like to go out with a shovel and the hoe. And as you talked about, he's helping that lady or somebody plow their driveway, and he's just such a doer, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful man. And I'm so glad. And you know what's funny? As we know, including you two, there are a lot of wonderful people in Cumberland County. Absolutely. And I look at Skip's father-in-law. You know who that is?
Skip's father-in-law.
Yeah, he's one of your sponsors too. Cumberland Mutual.
His son-in-law.
I'm sorry. Yeah, what am I saying?
Son-in-law.
You're right. Yeah. How would Skip have a father-in-law at his age? But his son-in-law is phenomenal. My God, the Ritters, Paul Ritter, is just fantastic too, and it's so neat to see. And I know they're being supportive and And actually, they're helping us televise the event as well. They're one of the
Yeah,
sponsors.
let's mention that. Cumberland Mutual is sponsoring the broadcast
Yes.
through Quinn Broadcasting. We really want you to come
Yeah.
in person, but if for some reason you can't, health-wise or otherwise, Jim, tell them how they'll be able to see the event.
Yeah, you can watch it on Comcast Cable Channel 22. But a lot of people, makes it really easy. You can go to Quinn Broadcasting Facebook page or Quinn Broadcasting YouTube page. And the good thing is, after say you go, I hope you do. We all hope you come out. I'm going to be there, and Omarey's probably going to be the MC, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I know, and Tony will be doing the video and putting up all the stuff. But we'd love to see you there. And then what's neat is you can go home, go to Quinn Broadcasting Facebook page and watch it, and see what, whatever you might have missed while you were there. But it is such a great thing, and it's such a positive community event, and which is wonderful, because so many times we hear the negatives, but we don't see the positives, the people that have made this community in the greater Bridgeton area such a wonderful area for jobs and opportunities and things like that. It's just, and the business people you have. Randy Gallen, State Farm Insurance. I don't know Randy. Did she take over for?
Randy Gallan. Randy
Gallan,
Gallan.
sorry.
Yep. Randy is a member of our board, but she became a member of the chamber when she opened a State Farm agency in Hopewell.
Oh,
So what happened was, the history of that is, help me out now. Another board member of ours had the State Farm agency at Carl's Corner, retired.
Right. Trumbull?
No, Tremble's the
Still there.
He has. It's
I'm-
Latour?
no. we're going to get all the insurance agents' names. Paula Austin.
Yeah, right. But her
So
dad,
P. Austin Agency.
Wasn't her dad?
When she retired, they took her
Okay.
customers and broke them into two pieces.
Oh,
So
okay.
Tim Trimble has
Got
kind of
the
like the
Upper
eastern
Deerfield,
side, Upper
right,
Deerfield
right.
side, and
Okay.
Randy Gallan, the Hopewell side.
Oh, okay.
So Randy is a local person,
Uh-huh.
but her history is very interesting in the sense that she was a businesswoman with large corporation, and then she chose to go on her own and open her State Farm agency here.
Her dad was Totoro, Lou Totoro. Lou was his treasurer for the county when I was a freeholder back in
So
the 80s.
her dad is Lou Totoro?
Yes, uh-huh,
See,
yeah.
I don't know that. That's pretty interesting.
That's why I said I was using the wrong name, because it's Lou Totoro.
Totoro,
yeah.
yes.
And of course, I'm sure Lou's passed away, but he had that business and also was county treasurer.
Oh, you're talking about Paula's dad.
Paul.
Yeah, Paula's dad.
Here I'm
yeah,
thinking
sorry.
Randy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
I'm
well,
following you.
I'm getting off.
Yeah. So Randy's organization is getting one of the Business Hero Awards.
Yes.
And one of the changes in over 37 years is just around COVID time, we switched from just honoring strictly businesses and a few business leaders to community heroes. So that's why we changed the name to Business and Community Hero Awards.
I see.
So you'll see we are honoring 2 businesses this year, but we're honoring 3 community heroes, and they tend to be, and I'll mention who they are. They are the Dolores Romero Cancer Foundation, Olivia A. Cruz, and Edgar Aquino Huerta. And they are people that otherwise might not come to our attention, might not get an award because they're not a business owner, they're not high profile,
Right.
but they have very interesting stories and good things they do for the community. So
You see them all on your
Yeah.
screen right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a change, and so that kind of broadens this award ceremony to not just honoring. We used to honor 6 or 7 businesses,
Right.
And then the Gary Zimmerman. Let's mention that, by the way,
Yeah, let's go
while
back
we
to that.
can.
Which,
Yeah.
the Gary Zimmerman Community Leadership Award. That's more of a as the Bing Sharp Award is Lifetime Achievement.
Right.
The Zimmerman Award is Leadership Now. What's going on now? Now, who's impacting the community right now? And when we were looking around and we got all the nominees, one of them kind of jumped off the page, and that was the Bridgeton Public Library. Libraries are so important to the
Yeah, they
community.
sure
They're
are.
really building blocks, and especially for young people, they do so much programming. They're a safe haven for people to go to. A great place of knowledge. And one thing we really like about the Bridgeton Public Library is, like I said, the programming that they provide for the community. They're always doing new and interesting programming for both children and adults, and they just do a really good job. So we really wanted to highlight them, and we thought the Zimmerman Award would be a great way to do that and way to spotlight the library, because there's some people even in our area that just don't know the jewel that we have in the Bridgeton Public Library. So by spotlighting it, we're hoping that we can draw some attention, and then maybe people can utilize their services even more than they have been so far.
Yeah, that's wonderful. In fact, I thought I'm on the Complete Care Board of Directors, and there were some really good things that talk about maybe a grant that the Bridgeton Public Library was getting. And as you say, they do so many wonderful things, and sometimes people just forget about it. Well, it's a Bridgeton free public library,
right.
And it's an opportunity for you to go in and check out their facility. And as Omarey was saying, a lot of good things that they do for the community. And there you see the picture of the Bridgeton Public Library, which is right in downtown Bridgeton. In fact, I was with WIPCO. They're only a couple blocks from the library.
Right.
That's correct.
Right
Downtown.
Downtown.
Now, obviously, their land holdings are
All
on
over,
the eastern
right.
side of the county for
Yes.
the most part, in
Yeah.
Mars River, et cetera.
Yeah.
Right.
But that picture of the library is interesting because, by the way, the library is not just a building. It's very lightly staffed because of financial
Sure. Yeah, sure.
situations. But there are a lot of volunteers and a lot of
super.
great programs that a few people do a lot.
Right.
It also happens to be on what date was it? January 1, 1923. Believe it or
So
not,
it's
a
100 years
referendum
old.
passed to make it a free public library
Oh, wow.
versus a private library
big
at that time.
honor. Oh.
So it's 100 years plus,
Yeah.
and that's another reason we wanted to give them some recognition.
Sure.
In addition to maybe they'll get some more supporters and some more members and
Yeah.
raise some more funds to keep that moving.
That's super.
But that picture on the left side was the original
Original
Cumberland
library.
National Bank.
Oh, okay.
So
Gary
that's
Zimmerman
now
started.
part of the library. Well,
No, I'm sure it was there
Gary
before Gary.
probably wasn't there in 1860. I think it's about the time it was born. But that's now part of the library.
Oh,
That's,
that's
part of
nice.
the funding they got several years ago to bring that part
Oh,
of the
that's great.
historic building more up to
That's
date.
super.
So it's a great organization and 2 or 3 very hardworking employees,
Yeah.
mostly volunteers. So let's
Wow, that's
support the
great.
Bridgeton
You bet.
Free Public
Super.
Library.
And the Friends Society as well. They were helping out, and as you said,
That's good.
volunteers
Yeah.
and pulling those things in. And my other hat that I deal with the Cultural and Heritage Commission.
That's right,
And
yeah.
they're one of our grantees, so I know they're diligently always looking for grant funding and being creative with the amount of funding that they do have to do some of this programming. And a lot of that programming is based around also cultural and historical elements of our culture
Right.
here in Bridgeton. So I think it's cool that they're able to take what money that they have and then funnel it into the community in these kind of interesting ways.
We're talking with Omarey Williams and Tony Stanzione from the Greater Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're talking about a great event, folks. November 1st, go to the website, and Cumberland grows. Anyway, it'll be up again. There, you'll see it. But please, get your tickets. What are the tickets, Tony?
$75.
Yeah. And I'll
Which-
tell you what, the Grove does a fabulous
Which we
job.
struggle with because, especially when you're my age, you remember going to a dinner for $30. You remember going to a dinner for $40. Now you get breakfast for $15 and lunch for $30. So we want people to understand that this is not a fundraiser for us. So that $75 is the lowest we could keep it to pay for the services and the facilities and the food at the Grove at Centerton, and for the awards and the other stuff, the
Sure.
decorations and stuff we do. So, but it is a great meal, and
it
it's
is.
a great night to enjoy.
They do a great job. It's a beautiful facility. You got to come over. And believe me, you're honoring a lot of wonderful people. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Complete Care Health Network has some big news to share with you.
We're here opening more locations and offering more services every day,
including our newest locations on Pearl Street in Bridgeton and High Street in Millville.
We're here with convenient, high-quality, and accessible healthcare services all under one roof.
We're here just a call or an email away.
We're here to provide compassionate care for you and your family.
We're here and we're ready when you are.
Complete Care Health Network. Ready when you are.
The most important decisions a family can make are usually made around the kitchen table. At DeMarco Luisi Funeral Home, we believe pre-planning and the difficult decisions you face with the loss of a loved one should also be made around the comfort of a table, like a family. Our friendly, kind, and compassionate staff is committed to helping you get through this most difficult time. In your time of need, trust DeMarco Luisi Funeral Home, Vineland.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Jim Quinn along with Tony Stanzione and Omarey Williams, and we're talking about the big event that's coming up November 1st at the Grove, and it is something that Business and Community Heroes Award, November 1st, and come out and join us. Like Tony said, let me tell you something. The $75 you spend is well worth it. Mm-hmm. The meal is fabulous. The place is beautiful. They do a great job. And you're honoring people. You're honoring some wonderful people in the Cumberland County community, especially the western part of Cumberland County. And that's what Greater Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce handles. Tony, also just finished up the big event you had at the VOTEC. Tell us about that.
The Cumberland County Business Expo and Job Fair was in September. It seems like a long time away already. As soon as one starts, you're on to the next one. Yep. This is our busy season now through December. But it was a good event. We had 60-plus businesses there. Mm-hmm. And we had good attendance from the public, a little better than we've had the past few years. And a beautiful facility. The gymnasium at the Cumberland County Technical Education Center was perfect for us in terms of size and convenience. So hopefully the three chambers will be doing a Cumberland County Business Expo again next September. We haven't made those plans yet, but we should.
Yeah, it certainly had a lot of people, a big turnout, which is nice. And again, folks, that's trying to offer you and your family and friends job opportunities. They're bringing the businesses to one location. You can come and see them. And ServPro is being honored. We had them on television, and they were talking. Reverend Myers was doing the interviewing about they have a lot of people have available jobs. There you see them. George, thank you. I don't know Team Fabiani. It used to be my friends owned it, and they sold it. So for several years now it's been taken over. But I'll tell you what, I've used them, and I've had them here in this building. I've had them in my Upper Deerfield building when I had water problems. The pipes broke or whatever. They came out immediately, took care of it. They do a great job. They truly do. So in fact, I need them because I think they do furniture cleaning. My sofa or this house and stuff needs to be cleaned. I think they do that too.
And good to reach out. But not only do they do a great job with the things that they do, right? And the cleaning and the restoration, but also with the community involvement. And that, that's where we're kind of honoring them, and we're coming from that angle, because anytime the chamber needs something, they send representatives as far as volunteering for our programs and the things that we need to do, sponsoring, programming, coming out and just being available, and their hands are in the pile, and they're willing to do those things to support good community programming, especially that the Bridgeton Area Chamber does. So it's always great to have great partners that'll not only will they put their money where their mouth is, but they'll also put their bodies where their mouth is and come out and actually help out and volunteer and do those things. So, they've just been great. I think, would you agree, Tony?
Yeah, ServPro's been, Minerva Alvarado, who worked for ServPro and now works for Essential Senior Benefits.
Yes.
Got very active with the chamber, the Bridgeton community, the board of the chamber. She's an officer of the chamber, and that's because ServPro allows that. And ServPro also is very active with supporting fire companies, rescue squads in the area. They do education, so a lot of things that a normal business might not be doing. When you mentioned Fabiani, in 2021. Vince Fabiani, who owns several other ServPro franchises in Pennsylvania as well, Philadelphia, Poconos, purchased several here, and now has the franchises that cover Cape May and Cumberland counties, as well as Atlantic County and Haddon Heights, Voorhees area. So Team Fabiani is relatively big in the ServPro franchise, but there's still our local franchise, and we'll be there to support the community. So we're really happy that ServPro Team Fabiani is one of our business heroes this year.
What's nice too, I'm looking at the people that are contributing, sponsoring for the Honor Our Hero sponsors, and one I just saw written in was Allen Associates, who's always there to help in the community. Rich, in fact, I was at the baseball game a couple of days ago, and Rich and his son were there. We got to see him on the way out. And but the one that's always there for you, Century Savings Bank. They always step up, right? And then, of course, we got Paul Ritter, Cumberland Mutual.
Right.
And boy, he's just a great, great guy. And actually, besides being honored, Wade and Pam are also contributing.
Right, they're our presenting sponsors, so those are really huge.
You just mentioned our three major sponsors.
Right.
We really appreciate them.
Absolutely.
And Cumberland Mutual is also sponsoring the Quinn broadcast.
Yeah, they are. They're making the day.
So we appreciate it.
Somebody else is doing it as well. I'm trying to think who the other. Oh, it's Complete Care.
Great.
They're the two that are sponsoring the telecast of the event. And we all know Bruce Riley, right?
Yeah.
Good old Bruce.
Good old Bruce.
He's going to be a Hometown Heart sponsor, right?
Yeah. I'm thank you, Jim, for mentioning our sponsors. We did want to get a word in for them.
Yes.
So our Hometown Heart sponsors, Ultra Clean Technologies, Newfield National Bank, Rowan College of South Jersey, Atlantic City Electric. Our Honor Our Hero sponsors are Cumberland County campus of Rowan College, the foundation, Cumberland County Campus Educational Foundation, I should say, Franklin Bank, and F&S Fresh Foods. They're always supportive of us. And then we have advertisers as well who will be in our program book: Fralinger Engineering, Charles Schwab, Byland Millville, H.H. Hankins and Brother, Cumberland County Clerk Celeste Riley, The Passion Professor, that's Patricia Mooneyham, Cumberland Empowerment Zone, and we also consider Quinn Broadcasting to be a sponsor because they help us out.
Right.
Promoting the event and covering the event as well. So thank you, Jim.
You're welcome. And, I still come back to the COVID years when you guys ran that fabulous outside event.
That was this event.
Yeah, no, I know it was. Yeah. It was this because it was cold. I remember.
It was cold.
And in fact, it was neat because you got the food from Delisi's, right? I really love Delisi's food. So I'm sitting in my car eating a fabulous meal from Delisi's. It was, I think, salmon I had gotten. It was delicious. And the event went well. Everybody was able to listen to it on their radio in their car, and we televised it. And you guys, really did well under the circumstances. I think it really worked out.
It was very neat, and we were thankful because people somehow supported the idea of sitting in their cars and watching it on a big screen.
Well, it's like going to drive-in movies.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. In fact, I would be remiss.
And it was cold and windy.
Yes, it was.
Comcast was very helpful to the Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce because we needed to get the internet line run over to whose building was it?
Cumberland
Fralinger.
No, Fralinger. Cumberland Mutual we couldn't use there, so we had to run it over to.
Oh, we ran it there.
And then after that got done, Tony was kind enough to donate the wire to me, so we use that. We do things with everything's live anymore. You got to run lines. And boy, it's amazing how things have changed over the years. I've been almost 50 years now in the broadcasting industry, and just to see it, wow, And you were telling me about the guy that I told you how much I enjoy, your treasurer.
Yeah.
And Jeff Ridgway has his own YouTube channel.
Yeah, he does. He
should just come in here. He can bring his dad, and we'll let him have that. And he can do his YouTube.
I'm sure he would love that.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting that you brought up that that event that we did it outside. But to me, that's the whole spirit of the event encapsulated.
Yeah, good point.
We wanted to do that event so badly to honor these great community heroes and everything that we just made it work in circumstances with that COVID year, and we're just pivoting. But we didn't want to cancel the event because it's so important to honor these great people, and I think that's just a great story as to why we want to do that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And it gave some normalcy to a horrible time, too,
absolutely.
with the COVID. Although I've just talked to some friends who have COVID now. It's like, oh, my God, it's back.
Oh, yeah.
It really never went away.
I guess not, yeah. I mean, in fact, I better check with Complete Care, who's my favorite medical facility, to see if I need to get another shot, because I've had the 4, but I don't know now if they're recommending more shots.
A new one.
Is there a new one? Well, I better get over to Pearl Street and get my shot.
There you go.
Be protected. Boy, I tell you what, there's a great organization, and I have to serve on their board of directors and on their foundation board, but talk about people that also contribute to the community. They are very good sponsors when I need them to help do things. In fact, they're the other sponsor for this. That's right. I forgot about that.
Right.
Along with
Cumberland Mutual.
Cumberland Mutual.
Yeah.
So, thank you to both of them to make it possible for everybody to see it. But as Tony pointed out, we'd love to have you come out, say hello. I'll be there. Love to see you. And you're going to enjoy it. You get. What's nice too about coming out? You see a lot of wonderful people.
It's like a reunion.
It is, isn't it?
I love it.
In fact, one year I went into the there's a number, the pub in the building. 1022. And my goodness, some of the people that were, I think Bruce Riley, there were a whole bunch of people I sat with. It's just like, oh my God, it doesn't get any better than this, But you're right. I mean, truthfully, and we're not just saying it because these are people that they're honoring. They are good people.
Right.
They really contribute to the community. They are always there to help. And, it's nice to give some recognition to them.
Absolutely. And looking at the community heroes, we have the Dolores Romero Cancer Foundation, and it's in the name. They raise so much money and so much awareness for cancer prevention and treatment, and it's just good to see organizations coming out and looking out for people in a difficult time. When people are dealing with cancer and the fallout from that, that's an incredibly difficult time. And to have organizations that want to be there in those times, I think is just really spectacular. And they were named in honor of Dolores Romero, who passed away from complications with cancer. So it's just good to see someone taking a personal tragedy, or a group of people taking a personal tragedy and turning it into something great for other people and to support other people. So it's good to be able to honor organizations like that.
Yeah, the story behind them is really interesting. So Dolores Romero had cancer, had some issues with being able to get the proper treatment because of the COVID situation.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And when she passed away, they couldn't have the funeral, so they had a memorial service later on. And at that memorial service, somebody came up and told one of the family members that they picked up several of the bills, medical bills, for Dolores, but they didn't want anybody to know about them. To this day, they wouldn't give us the name. And from that, the family put their heads together and decided, since somebody paid it forward to us, we need to help other cancer families and victims who need financial assistance. And so they formed a foundation in Dolores' name.
And that's nice.
And the work they're doing is not only financial, but also education and support, because they went through it themselves. So, please look them up and support the Dolores Romero Cancer. They just changed their name, by the way, from the Dolores Romero Foundation to the Dolores Romero Cancer Foundation. So to be very specific,
well,
that's what
cancer has certainly struck me and many of my friends, and it's something that, please, go to the doctor. I get checkups. If I hadn't, luckily they caught the 2 cancers I had early, and they were able to deal with them. And so I'm still here, and that's what you need to do. I remember one of the wonderful city employees I had when I was the mayor. I asked him one day. I said, "Who's your doctor?" "I don't go to a doctor." And he was in his late 50s then. I said, "You should." Well, 6 months later, he had a massive stroke. Thank God everything worked out. The hospital took good care of him. He went to rehab, and he's fine now. But, a lot of guys get bullheaded. "Oh, I'm not going to a doctor." Go to a doctor, guys.
Yes.
Really. It pays because they are wonderful, and they can get things early and save your life. And, in fact, 2 of my friends, one's a man, one's a woman, had severe cancer. They live on the same street. And just thank God they both were able to beat it, and they're both doing very well. Excellent. And it really touches almost everybody's family one way or another. There's somebody or a relative that has it or has had it, and take care of yourself. We'll be back with Omarey Williams and Tony Stanzione to talk more about this great event that's coming up, and you can just go to cumberlandgrows.com/hero to get more information. It'll be November 1st at the Grove in Centerton. Beautiful facility. Be back in a moment.
In South Jersey, we do things our own way. We say things out loud, face things head on, and never back down. And that's how we fight cancer. With the most advanced diagnostics, leading-edge technology, and a team of doctors who know how to treat your cancer. And most importantly, we do it right here at the Frank and Edith Scarpa Cancer Center, Vineland, and the Leading Edge Cancer Center, Mullica Hill.
In the heart of the farmlands of Bridgeton, New Jersey, there is a company that has its roots deep in history. Spanning over 175 years, the Cumberland Insurance Group stands strong and proud, protecting the lives and properties of over 100,000 policyholders. Businesses pride themselves for hitting the 50-year mark or the 100-year mark, but the Cumberland Insurance Group shows that a strong business with the mindset of putting its people first can last generations. The groundwork has been laid for the Cumberland Insurance Group to stand tall for another 175 years. With its ever-growing expansions with state-of-the-art technology, Cumberland Insurance will be there to protect its policyholders for years to come. Surviving some of the toughest weather conditions Mother Nature can throw, they are ready to take on the challenges that lie ahead.
New Jersey Motorsports Park. Experience the adrenaline rush of go-karting on our challenging tracks, with arrive and drive sessions, available for all skill levels. Looking for something even more daring? Try your hand at axe throwing, and see if you can hit the bullseye. After a day of excitement, relax at the Finish Line Pub Restaurant, and enjoy delicious food and drinks. Group experiences are also available, so bring your friends and family. For an unforgettable adventure, visit njmp.com to learn more and book your experience today.
Complete Care Health Network has some big news to share with you.
We're here opening more locations and offering more services every day,
including our newest locations on Pearl Street in Bridgeton and High Street in Millville.
We're here with convenient, high-quality, and accessible healthcare services all under one roof.
We're here just a call or an email away.
We're here to provide compassionate care for you and your family.
We're here, and we're ready when you are.
Complete Care Health Network. Ready when you are.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. The Greater Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce is with us tonight with Tony Stanzione, the Executive Director, and the co-chair of the event, Omarey Williams, that's going to be happening on November 1st. And Omarey, tell us about some of the people that we haven't talked about that are contributing.
Right. As we said, we have great people that we're honoring this year. And another one is Olivia Cruz. And you might know that name because she was honored as Miss Cumberland County a couple of times, and she ran in the Miss New Jersey pageant and did very well, placing in the top 10.
That's great.
One of her passions in life is dance, and it's interesting how she kind of took that and then wanted to continue to do great things in the community. So then she started a nonprofit organization, Love Through Laces, which raises awareness and helps individuals who need shoes to be able to purchase new shoes for children in our area, which is a really great thing. And she's raised over $55,000,
Wow.
which is an amazing
That
amount of
is.
money to be able
That's
to help
fabulous.
out kids in our community. So it's kind of cool to see, someone who has passion for something they do and love of dance, and then say, you know what, I'm just not going to let this stop here. I'm going to then spread it out to the community, help kids who may be in need, and to be able to have an impact on the community. So we're really excited to be able to honor Olivia and have her friends and family come out and honor her and celebrate her, and it'll be really, really great opportunity.
I can see why she was Miss Cumberland County. She's got a beautiful smile, beautiful lady,
yeah.
and I'm sure.
So
out-
Olivia, by the way, is an example, just like the Romero family. The Romero family could have just been bitter about the fact that the mother
Died of
or
cancer.
grandmother died at a time through COVID, but when they learned that somebody did something good for them, they turned it into doing something good for others. And Olivia, she's not just another pretty face. You talk about how beautiful she is.
exactly.
She took her platform and took it further beyond that. And so that's the kind of people we like to honor. People that wouldn't necessarily get honored because they're not the president of a bank or the owner of Quinn Broadcasting. But one thing I don't know if we mentioned earlier on, I just don't want to forget it. Randy Galan is the co-chair along with Omarey of this event.
Yes.
And so she couldn't be with us tonight, but I want to thank Randy for her help and the whole
my
committee.
gosh.
And of course, Laurie Latour, who's
she's
our
amazing.
member services coordinator and does everything with me and for me, and for the chamber for their help. So I just want to tie in the fact that Cruz and Olivia and Dolores Romero family have something in common. They took something and made something positive of it.
It really is. It's
And to mention about Olivia, she's still dancing professionally when she can, and she got the opportunity to join, I think, a national company.
Oh, wow.
And so she cannot be with us on November 1st, but her mother and her family will be there. She
That's
may
good.
be with us by video. We're working on that.
Right.
She couldn't give up that opportunity,
Sure.
even though she really wanted to be here to accept the award. But what I really like is she's getting the award for the good she's doing for the community through the shoe donation program,
Right.
versus the fact that she was in the beauty contest
right.
and is a great dancer as well.
That's
Right.
what she's doing for the community, giving back, which is fantastic.
And just to echo Tony's comment about the committee, very thankful to the committee, and we could not do an event like this without having great people behind the scenes. And Tony's not going to highlight himself, but the yeoman's work that Tony always does with Lori in the office, there's just so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes for the chamber, but then specifically for this event. I'm so thankful to be able to work with both of them. And I don't know what I would do if they weren't here. And hopefully for many, many, many years, I won't have to worry about that. But I also very thankful to my co-chair, Randy, the things that she's been doing leading up to this event. It just makes it so much easier. And that makes me very happy because we're then able to put on a great event. And like you said, for the money that people are paying, we're not, blind to the fact that it costs money, but it's worthwhile. You're honoring great people. You're coming to a great event. You're having great food. It's just going to be a really awesome night. So definitely check it out. And, go to Cumberland Grows /Hero and pick up your tickets now and grab tickets. Or if you can't go that night, purchase a ticket for someone else and send them, because whoever comes out on that night is going to have a great opportunity to have a great time with great people and honoring other great organizations and people. So definitely do that.
It's one of my favorite. I go a lot, but and that you're right. Tony's amazing. What he's able to do, video, putting up the stuff, and all the things that Tony does for that organization. It says a lot for him. And of course, I guess my dream would be my assistant sometime would be Laurie Latour also. We talk about a fabulous family. I was saying Vic Latour, Sr., I got to know him. I was a speech therapist. He was on the board of directors of Easter Seal, and he hired me. So I was in my 20s, I guess, at that time. He was a freeholder. And then, of course, unfortunately passed away or whatever. But of course, Vic now runs the hardware store. There's another guy, gives, and he's donating his time to this, and I'm going, holy cow. All the things we're doing. In fact, we just had him on. They're doing the big turkey drive with the Salvation Army and helping with that as well. And then his mom was a sweetheart, Ann, and his wife, of course, is fabulous, does everything and helps. And
unbelievable.
How long has she been with you now, Tony?
Almost 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
She only offered as an interim for a few months when we lost another person who left, and thankfully she's still with us. And Laurie is another one of those people that can't say no to people. Because I work next to her and with her every day, with her church and her community and friends, and she runs her own little bead jewelry business. And she's caring for her two parents as well, almost full time.
Wow. Yeah.
So, again, amazing person, doing amazing things. So, I'm very, very lucky to have people like Omarey and Laurie and Randy and others around me to make my job easier.
Yeah, this guy's pretty good too.
He is.
In fact, speaking, I think you're young. I think Mike Latour, who is Laurie's son.
Yes.
Oh my God, he is a Latour. Again and again, what a fabulous guy. He's a teacher at Millville High School. The kids love him. They absolutely love him. He does the PA announcing, and I see Vic and Laurie come to some of the games, and Mike does the PA announcing for Millville football. But it does some coaching. It's just a tremendous family. I mean, when you look from Grandpa Vic, to Dad Vic, to Michael, and all the others in between, and their mom, and you know what, Tony. We have, and I'm sure you've met over our years, we have so many wonderful families in Cumberland County. We really do.
Absolutely.
That want to help and give and contribute.
Yeah, and honestly, complete care is done through their foundation and the taking up of the now called the Cumberland County Legends.
Yeah,
that's another place where you get to see a whole, usually it's a family or group of people who are legendary in terms of what they do for the community. So we do that for 37 years. We've been doing that, and hopefully we'll continue, because because business, you get so busy, and sometimes it's, if you're fighting your competition and you're fighting to stay afloat, and we have that one night where we can just say, oh my gosh, this really is a great place to live and work, because of these people that we get to see and hear from that night. And of course, a lot of our past award recipients are with us as well those nights, so we get to see them again.
Nice too.
And Quinn Broadcasting was one of our award winners last year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And we have a couple of more than a couple of Francis Sharp Award winners coming back this year.
Good.
So I'm really happy about that as well, and we're happy to see those people. Yep.
And it's almost like a Hall of Fame with people coming back, as we said, that community.
Yeah, that's true.
You know how, like if you think about the NFL Hall of Fame, how all the guys come back when a new induction comes in, it has that same feel to me. That a lot of these honorees are coming back, and as new people are being honored and brought into the fold, kind of their networking and supporting one another and just being there. It's just a really great community feel that this event has.
Yeah, it does. And as you say, it brings them all back together again, so they can enjoy each other's company and share all the good things that they, the honors that they've received as well. But, it really is. I mean, and I say this honestly, folks, like, you look at Paul Ritter, you hit Skip Bum, all these people, and there's so many. I mean, Wade Shogren and Pam, I mean, they've always been out there helping any way they can. And Bruce Riley, I mean, I just, you could go on and on, but I'm just saying, we are so fortunate, and Tony, thank you for what you do with the Chamber and for the CDC. Right? At keeping the western side of the county involved.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, I hope and pray. Well, Hopewell has, and so does Upper Deerfield, has sewage and stuff, because I know the director and I have talked about, and I totally am on board with him. I'm so happy that Fortescue is supposed to be getting their own sewer facility, because that limits growth, like in Lawrence Township. Skip and I talked about that the other day. That would be wonderful to be able to do that. Commercial Township, Marsh River Township, because for businesses to come in, they need a sewage system actually that they can plug into, and that's something that will help grow the county even more as time goes on. But this is just such a wonderful event, and it's a good time of the year. It's before Thanksgiving, a couple weeks, almost 3 weeks before Thanksgiving, so that makes it really nice. You're not interfering.
We have one more person. I want to make sure we don't
Oh, yeah.
leave anybody out.
No. We have one more community hero. That's Edgar Aquino Huerta, and he's just such an integral person in the immigrant community, and trying to raise the profile and raise awareness about struggles that the immigrant community is dealing with, him being an immigrant himself. And he has a platform called Voices of the Soil, and he's done a lot of work, not only helping other families he knows, but individuals he doesn't know, and helping them with everything from getting driver's licenses and other issues that they may have to navigate and not know how to do it.
Sure.
Having someone who's been through that process themselves and knows the struggle and knows the difficulty and the obstacles there to help others come through those struggles and issues, I think is such a great thing. And I think he kind of embodies to me the notion of community, because he's going out and helping other members of his community and raising them up. And that old adage about a rising tide raises all boats.
Yeah, right.
He's not only pulling himself up and doing well himself, he's really interested in filmmaking
that's great.
and those kind of programs and digital media arts, but then he's also helping to raise other people up. And I think that's really cool. That I love people helping people, and Edgar's definitely a prime example of that.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Edgar. I love your hat too, Edgar. Guess what?
Yeah, sure.
Like that as well. Would you think you'll wear that?
I think so.
So Edgar's story is, without me going looking at the notes, I'll do it from memory, was they came to the United States. They came right to Bridgeton, his family. His father had to go back, or his mother had to go back for healthy reasons or whatever. And he needed to earn money, and he started working as a farm worker. And that opened his eyes to the plight of the immigrant farm workers. And he started to help people. And Voices of the Soil is taking his movie-making talent and trying to put the people who work our fields into a positive light.
That's super.
So they can
Thank
see
God for them.
themselves through him.
Absolutely.
I mean, they do a wonderful job. We get produce and great things from that as well. That contribution that they make is fantastic to our community, and it's nice. Boy, it's great though that these people are being recognized. They're the unsung, especially these unsung heroes. That have really helped us a lot. But what a great program, and I congratulate both of you and your co-chair.
Yes, co-chair of this year's event. And,
no, I mean the woman also, Gal.
Oh, Randy
Galan.
I can't say her last name. You have to introduce me to her.
Galan.
Okay.
Kind of the way it looks.
Okay.
But I want to. Are we getting ready to finish, Jim?
Yeah, sure.
So real quickly.
Yeah, please take your time.
November 1st could be a Phillies World Series game. So we want people to know that we had that situation last year. I'm a big Phillies fan. We made sure the meeting moved along very well. We always do that. But if there is a Phillies game that night at 8:05 or whatever time it is, you can be assured that we will be done in time for you to go home and watch the Phillies. So what's more important, the Phillies or honoring these good people? I have to say honoring these good people because that's my job. But I do love the Phillies as well. So we'll be rooting for them that night, and we'll get you home in time. So you'll enjoy a great event, and you'll also get home in time to bring the Phillies another victory. Yeah.
And that's the great thing. I agree with you. I love the Phillies too, Tony. And we did do that last year. We were able to.
I got home.
We made that promise, and we were able to get home in time. And to your point, we don't have to choose, right? We can honor these great people, this great list of people and organizations, and get home to root on the Phillies to a World Series victory. And just to really quickly to go over again, just so everyone knows, as you see on the screen, cumberlandgrows.com/hero, and you can pick up your tickets or tickets for whomever to see Skip Bowman, Pamela and Wade Sjogren, the Bridgeton Public Library, the Dolores Romero Cancer Foundation, Randy Galan, State Farm Insurance Agency, ServPro's Team Fabiani, Olivia Cruz, and Edgar Aquino Huerta all be honored in one night in one place, November 1st, and at the Grove at Centerton. So please come out. This is a great group of honorees. We're very excited and very pleased to be able to honor them that night, and I think you'll have a great time if you come out and join us.
I'm sure you will. Everyone I've been to, I love it. It's been great. And it's so neat to see wonderful people, folks. You come out, you'll see friends and neighbors and family, and most importantly, you'll be able to shake the hands and honor the people that you just mentioned. They're very deserving of the honor that they're receiving, and the Greater Bridgeton Area Chamber of Commerce does a fantastic job. Tony, thank you for all you do for the chamber. And tell Lori I said hello. And this handsome guy here, man, he's the guy. Next year, you just do the show. You don't need me. And tell everybody about your career. You went to Rowan. And
I went to Rowan and did some radio experience.
Yeah.
I pale in comparison to you, Jim.
But you're young.
You have the experience, and it's just you're just such a natural. And I always love being able to come on the program with you and just be able to talk about all the great things coming on. But you make it so easy. So
well, you know what? Thank God I can talk. If I couldn't talk, I don't know what I do. I can't pound a nail. I can't fix anything. I have no ability, folks, whatsoever. So thank God I still can talk. But it's so good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you for coming in. And don't forget, November 1st, I want to see you at the Grove for this great event that the Bridgeton Chamber of Commerce have, the Business and Community Hero Awards, Wednesday, November 1st, 2023. And go to the website and get your cumberlandgrows.com/hero and get your tickets. And again, they're only $75. Fabulous meal, beautiful place, and great people. You're going to really enjoy the evening, and we look forward to seeing you. So for Omarey and for Tony, I'm Jim. Have a nice night. I want to thank George Kachia for producing the show tonight and preparing all the stuff for us. And we'll see you again Monday for sure, but stay with us. Take care, folks. Bye-bye. Yeah.
This has been a QBC television production in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22 and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.